Debt-Free TV, in association with GetOutOfDebtFree.org.
Yeah, and you got the correct paperwork.
Who are you?
Sorry?
Who are you?
I'm here to inspect your paperwork because if
Who are you?
if you are not the appointed bailiff by the
I'll
court,
speak to you when the police come.
you will be arrested.
That will be.
Yes, you will. And also, if you're carrying, I can print them off, move off the internet. If you're not carrying the proper paperwork, if you're carrying a document under false colours, under Section 135 of the County Courts Act, you will be arrested.
Okay. No, I didn't have one now.
Well, the last lot, they ran away, they had no sense.
Touch my property again and I'll defend myself. You touched my property.
You touched it, Bob.
That's assault and battery what you've just done.
Touch it. I put my hand up like that. You did touch it, I got it on film, mate.
Well, there you go. Now you can deny that you touched it on film.
Oh, you show me. Show me. I'm not
Show me.
recording, no?
You got something to be ashamed of? Because you have.
There's no need to be aggressive, please.
He's just assaulted me.
The police will deal with it when
Yeah, could be anything.
You've been on YouTube yet, pal?
Well, they're going to have to subscribe, I think.
15 minutes of fame, you know. Last day was what? 15 minutes after we put them on YouTube.
Doesn't say it on, does it?
No.
Have you got a Facebook page?
You won't have to long. You'll take them down when we find out who they are, don't we? Vanish, disconnect all the friends. Back in the bin where they belong. Get a proper job, mate.
Yeah, one that's humane.
I've informed him anyway that there's deadbolts and locks on the internal side of the doors, so the actual drilling of it's not going to do much good. He would have to use force, which is against the law.
Dear, oh dear. Gonna have to break the law.
We'll have to document that.
Could I possibly ask who's actually giving the instructions out today? Who's the like claimant giving the bailiffs the power to use force? Because the court haven't given any powers to use force. It's the agent who gives the power.
not speaking to you, sorry.
I would suggest that she's the agent.
I would say.
Well, you've got Tracy Ollier. Who are you, love?
I'm not telling you, I don't know who you are, so I'm not going to tell you who I
I'm
am.
a member of the public.
So am I.
Okay, but you're here in official capacity, aren't you?
The only reason I can assume you're not saying anything is because you're ashamed of what you're doing. It's the phone face to face.
Yeah. Come on.
Is it yourselves that are attached to the address?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Just a witness.
Just what? Just a witness?
I'm a witness, yeah.
Although while you're here, that man has assaulted and battered me earlier, and we have it on film.
Okay, no problem. We can sort that out, can't we? So let's just try and get to the bottom of what's going on here first.
Well, he's committed the criminal offence of assault and battery.
Okay.
And we've got it on film.
Right, well,
And I will press charges,
okay,
and I will
okay,
give evidence.
I understand. No problem. Right. So you two are witnesses, are you?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. I'll find out where the address is.
You've been reported now for assault and battery.
Are you free to speak to
the other side now?
Yeah, we're going to go speak to Mr. Crozier now.
Yeah, because I'll come over from Nottingham to examine the documents.
Okay.
And as I say, if those documents are false...
Yeah, we're going to check with the court as well. That's what we're going to do at the
It's
moment.
no good just checking with the court.
But even if
fraudulent
Look,
document...
I've looked at the documents. Obviously, I'm not an expert on documents, but I've looked at them, and to me, they look okay. The solicitor was in court on the day all this went through. Okay,
you
so
know that
she's happy
particular
with that.
document he's got there that I seen a glimpse of? You can print them off the internet.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt it for a second, but he is actually a bailiff, and he's a bailiff for the court.
Yeah.
Right. So his name is on that document, because if it's not, he's committed a criminal offence.
Sir, the thing is, we're not allowed to sort of go into all this with you because you're not actually the
Yeah.
resident
No,
of the property, are they? So we have to speak to him first. I understand you're trying to help him, and I'm not trying to.
I'm trying to give some guidelines that if he hasn't got his name on there,
and I appreciate
he
that.
should be the appointed bailiff. If he hasn't, that's he's,
okay, no, I appreciate that. That's fine.
That's
I'm just going to go
135
and
of the
speak
County
to the
Courts
chap
Act,
inside.
and he should be arrested then.
Okay.
Also, I reported to the last constable that man there assaulted and battered me, and I wish to press charges.
Now we will
I have
look
it on
at
film.
We'll look at it afterwards. Okay.
Okay.
At the moment, other people are saying that's not the case, but we will have a check
Well,
of it. Okay.
it's on camera.
Okay, well, it's on camera. It's fine, isn't it?
Prison.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh no, you don't have to. I was going to try and chat with. Is it your
Did
father?
your chief constable get in touch with you or written to you? You're supposed to be here on my behalf to protect and serve against hate crime and terrorism.
Okay.
It's been going on for a long
I don't
time.
know anything about the chief constable getting involved. Obviously,
Oh really?
he doesn't contact us sort of directly. We just
Right,
come
okay.
out to jobs.
So, this has gone to the police and crime commissioner and it's gone to the chief constable. And I told him that you're supposed to be here to protect and serve us as the people.
Okay.
So,
Well, we're here. We're here not just for them. We're here to try and figure out what's going on. Okay.
they have come here with no jurisdiction, no authorisation, with wrong paperwork, documentation with wrong name on, and they've gone and done a fake sort of like court and bringing fake documents to us.
How do you know they're fake? Sorry.
Because there's no sign, no signature, no seal. We've had no official court documentation to answer to.
Okay, we're obviously being told that the lady who's the solicitor that we've availed has been in court on the day that the judge actually ruled this.
Yeah, we've also got other letters that have gone in and application to the district registry within Chester County Court, and I've also got it in the Royal Court of Justice in London, the Chancery Division. So
and what's happened with those? Though, have they sent you anything back?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the second response to come back.
But they haven't actually sent you, because today's the eviction day, isn't it? It says that on the notice.
No, there's no eviction today.
Well, that's what we've been told. Obviously.
And actually, the property is actually private, and they are also claiming to came around apparently and were very aggressive to the neighbours downstairs, threatening them.
Right, okay. Well, if the neighbours next door or whatever want to speak to us, that's absolutely fine.
So their documentation that they
Sorry, do you mind just keeping
No,
it out of my face?
it's because of the.
Okay. We're just going to go in. Is it your father? Sorry, who lives in there, or is it? We just need to try and speak to him.
I am his authorised representative. If you've got anything to say, you will say it.
Well, no, we need to speak to him as well and check that is the case. I don't know who you are at the moment. You're not telling me who you are.
Here you go. To your chief constable, Sarah Crozier, authorised agent for KJ Crozier.
Mr. Crozier, can we just have a word? It's the police.
I am the authorised representative. No. I am the one to speak to.
I haven't actually spoke to him to know
Here,
that, have I?
if you are in any doubt, consult the resident's authorised representative before taking any further action.
But who's
That
put
is
that up?
me.
Okay, who's actually put that up?
I
I'm not
am
trying
the
to argue with
authorised.
you. I'm just trying to find out.
No, you were being belligerent.
I haven't
and
even
you were trying to
spoken to him.
override me and being really quite rude.
Okay,
you were
that's,
here to
that's
protect
what you
and
think. It's
serve
all on
me
film, isn't
and
it?
my
Apparently.
father.
So we'll
Your
check
chief
it later.
constable has a letter.
Yeah, the chief constable hasn't come to us though and said anything about not coming
His
here or coming here
negligence
to help
is
you.
not my problem.
Okay.
Okay? His failure to do his duty and his failure to inform you, so you're not doing your duty, but you are here to serve and protect the people.
Well, yeah, we're here
As
for you and for
constable.
them. We're just trying to keep the peace.
You shouldn't
at
be
the
here for them at all. You're here to prevent a breach of the peace only.
They have no jurisdiction, they have no paperwork, they've got no right, they've got documentation with the wrong name on. There is no court
We're just trying to get to the bottom of it.
order.
My colleagues are trying to make contact with the court at the moment to confirm.
Go right ahead.
Well, they are.
Yeah, then go away. Step away from the property, please.
We're just trying to speak.
Go away. I am the authorised representative.
Is it your father or not?
I am the authorised
You've been asked to leave now,
Leave the property.
so you need to leave.
Get off the property.
I'm not leaving at the moment.
Then you will be classed as a trespasser.
Okay, according to
And you are in
yourself.
breach of Section 26 of the Criminal Justice Act.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't even know your own legal.
We're just trying to get to the
statutes that
bottom
you're
of
supposed
what's
to follow,
going
do you?
on.
I've told you. Get off the property.
No, I'm not
go
moving
back to the
at the moment. I'm
pavement.
just trying to speak to the chap who's
Please
inside.
get
to
off
check
the property.
To check he's happy with what's going
You're
on.
harassing me. You're trying to harass him.
I'm not harassing you. I'm
are.
trying not. You're the one who's
1,
followed me
2,
down
She's
here.
the one with power of attorney.
4.
Okay,
I
but
am
she's
the
followed
power
me
here.
down
Yeah,
here,
but
hasn't
she's
she?
the one with power of attorney.
Yeah,
Do you
do you know
mind?
why? Do you know
Do you mind
why?
just not all holding your
She's-
cameras at us at the moment when we're trying to just get to the bottom of what's going
She's the
on?
voice.
You're telling me I can't record the police?
No, I'm not saying you can't.
Okay,
I'm
well,
asking you not
then
to.
I'll continue. Thank you.
Okay.
Please
Who are
remove
you
yourself from the
in
property
relation
if
to all
you're not
this?
here.
Can I just ask that, please?
Supporters
Supporters of.
of the
Do you know the
He
chap who
speaks
lives
to
inside?
us, we can
No.
see both sides.
He's not going to
I
speak.
am the
He doesn't want to
authorised
speak.
representative.
And please don't bang on that door so loudly again.
You're causing distress
You,
inside.
yeah, you're causing a breach of the peace here.
I am.
We're not
in
causing a
effect,
breach of the peace. We're trying to keep it all nice and
Well, then,
calm at the moment.
Leave like you've been asked to.
We can't do that,
I am the
unfortunately.
Oh, right. What makes you think you've got the right to stay here?
Well, we've been asked to attend, haven't we? So
Attend is over there. This is private property. You're trespassing.
But we've availed of
attending
us.
I don't care. Who asked you?
Okay.
You don't own the property.
Do you?
This lady's father does.
Okay.
So therefore,
But that's
she
what
has the
I'm trying
right
to
to
get-
ask you to
We're
leave.
trying to get to the bottom of if he does own it or not.
He does. It's in
Well,
a
we've not
local
even spoken
title.
to him at the moment.
I'm here.
Okay.
What do you want now?
Well, at the moment we can't leave either, so we'll all just be in a bit of a standstill, won't we, till we figure out what's going on.
Okay then.
Or until you accept this is the lady you need to speak
Yeah.
to.
Okay. No,
And you're now
she's
committing
rude.
aggravated
She's
trespass.
She's rude.
5266. Go and check
You
the
don't know your
supervisor,
job.
please.
You're not protecting the people that you took an oath to serve and protect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your opinion. I'm trying my best to do my job as I've been instructed.
My job. I'm going to do my job.
Get a
Like a
supervisor.
robot.
Get someone with a rank
Yeah.
here. What rank are you?
Constable.
You're all constables.
Yeah.
Can we have a supervisor, please?
I want the chief constable. Chief constable or the
What?
police and crime commissioner.
Look, it's obviously
Okay, well, if
look,
you try and get hold of them, that's
look,
fine by
it's
me.
obviously above your
They're in
rank to
full
deal with it.
awareness and
Okay.
full knowledge.
You're
That's
all-
your opinion, that's fine.
You're all constables. You clearly have no understanding of the law, or you'd realise that this woman is the authority that you need
Okay.
to speak to.
Because
Go
you're
and
under
speak to a
oath as a
superior,
constable
please,
and you
son.
serve me.
Go and ask a superior at
You
least.
don't understand that,
You've got
do you?
radios
You
there, get
serve
on one.
me. You serve the people.
Okay.
You serve and protect the people. You do not serve corporate entities.
5266 30000.
I'm being
Bert,
No, I appreciate
You
what you're
need
saying. We're
you
just
need
trying
to-
to...
can you identify yourself, please?
What the job's about and what oath you stood under and what's
Constable, I'm asking you to identify yourself.
I don't need to identify myself
and
to you.
your
Right, you
operation.
do.
Yes, you do.
Right, you do.
I think you do need to identify yourself.
See me,
No, we can't, can we?
See any numbers whatsoever.
5702.
I'd like to see that to make sure you're not lying to me.
There you go.
All right. No, you can't see it.
5702, yep. 30019, sure. You just broke the law by refusing to identify yourself.
No, I think you're being quite aggressive towards me at the moment.
You're trespassing.
Well, we're trying to establish what's
Oh,
going on, aren't we?
oh, so it's okay for you to establish what you're going on. You can trespass to do that, can you?
We're just trying to
You're correct.
establish
Your
what's
head shook
going
then to say no, you can't, and that's correct. You can't.
Nobody tried to establish with me who is here as a spokesperson and the one that's got the power here.
on. Well, Colin's
And
on
she
the phone
walked
to the
right
court,
past
that's gonna
me.
explain.
Walked
I
right
did try and
past
speak
me.
to you.
You were,
I tried to
your-
ask you who you were
your
in relation to
attitude
this chap.
was terrible.
Okay.
You thought you'd get around me and poo-poo me out of the way and walk. And,
No, I tried to ask you
and
who you
get
were, that's
through.
all, and you
I
wouldn't
told
tell me.
you. And we were having a conversation, and you walked away and you turned your back on me.
Okay.
You stood here. You
We've got it all on
turned away.
camera, haven't you? So I'm sure you'll...
Back on me.
Right, now as you're still here, having been given time to leave, you're now committing criminal trespass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think you're going to get away with it? Oh no. The public have had enough of your lot's criminality.
It's only because you're ill-informed and you're not using the protection service properly for the people. But that's because you're ill-informed and you're trained.
Okay.
They don't tell you.
Have you read the Police and Criminal Evidence Act 2016? You read it?
Yeah,
Do you understand it?
absolutely.
Good. That's what we're going to be over you all of it.
Okay?
We know why there's no good cops arresting bad cops. Because there are no good cops.
Exactly. And even those that think the good cops are bad cops, as soon as they let the bad cops get away with it.
I mean, what are... Well, actually, I don't even know who they are, actually. They're supposed to be number 3 bailiffs, but they've come in a Weaver Vale Housing Trust. So can you confirm that the number 3 bailiffs that they're claiming to be, that's who Weaver Vale Housing Trust are? Because that's who they were... That's fraud in itself, impersonating and threatening behaviour. Because that's what they did. They came here to these neighbours, an elderly lady, threatened her and gave the paperwork to her to then come to us and threaten us. This poor old lady.
Okay, well, we'll check with the lady at some point.
She's in hospital because of that.
The trouble is we can put the acts and statutes to you to the correct form, but that document should be, and they're not.
Actually, the documentation says number 3 bailiffs, but this is the Weaver Vale Housing Trust plan.
Yeah.
Well, you must make the officers aware of that.
Yeah.
You need to see his liability insurance before he
The
starts using
paperwork
any
says
sort of
Kenneth
force
John Crowe,
whatsoever in this property.
Okay.
That's part of the human rights.
Another thing,
Seriously.
in Leicester, in a case I was involved with, because it's criminal, the standard of evidence has to be much higher. And the warrant that was requested took them a week, and they couldn't get the judge to verify it, and the case collapsed.
Okay, fair
And the
enough.
judge picked up the same bundle of papers that that man's got and said, these aren't court documents. And bearing in mind that what he's doing just now, when you don't do your duty, you are then all becoming liable for his
Comes
behaviour.
under section 6.
So they try and coerce you, and you think you're doing the right thing. And that's all we're doing here. This
Okay, look, I've not got a problem with yourselves. I know why you're doing this.
What did he say about, what are they claiming? Why are they, are you just acting like numbnuts and doing what they say, or have they actually told you their reason
Well,
why
I don't
they're-
appreciate the way you're referring to us, so I would answer your questions, but if you're going to refer to us in that manner, I'm not going to.
Well, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. Sorry, that's a word I use all the time.
Am I driving?
But do you think for yourself,
Did you drive it?
miss,
You welcome here. Which one
if
of
you
them
think
did
for
you drive it?
yourself, have they told you what their reason is for
I'd just
doing
like
what
to
they're
know to check
doing,
your tyre pressures this morning.
and why they're
that's all.
asking you to coerce you into doing it? Do you know why? Have they told
You
you
meant
why?
to.
I told you, I don't wish to answer any more questions because I don't like the way you're referring to us. I'm trying to be polite.
I
And
said
you've
I'm
called me a
sorry.
robot and numbnut so far,
I
so at the
apologise
moment
for
I'm
that.
not conversing.
If the tag fits.
Yeah. People don't like looking in the mirror, they don't like hearing the truth, and they always walk away. It's very, very difficult for people to face themselves when they look in the mirror. It's very difficult.
They are only here to see that there's no issue.
Very difficult. But if you go and find out what their claim is, and we'll go ahead with that and let's see.
Just so you're all aware, you all consciously make the decision to do whatever you do. Don't try blaming or getting out of it by saying I'm doing it because I've got a fancy dress outfit on.
Just following orders doesn't excuse
doesn't
using
work,
your
yeah.
conscience either.
You see, the clearest indication that it's all fraudulent is if this court case, and somebody says, I'm not following that order, you'd be in contempt of court, and they wouldn't need to come and drill, they just come along, you lot got the right to go kick the door in and go and arrest them. Can't do that, because you've never been in the court yet. It's
I've asked for that.
directions hearing. So.
And the only person who's got any jurisdiction to do anything like that is the sheriff, I think, isn't it, of the court?
Go around it.
Should have brought the tyre gauge with me. Sure, that back tyre on that van looks like it's going down. And I bet they haven't checked it.
It's like
It gets taken off the road if you find a defect with their vehicles. You know.
and the driver gets the blame for it
Yeah, exactly.
because under minibus and coach legislation, the driver has to do a walk round check every
Exactly.
time they get in the vehicle.
Exactly.
And if there's anything wrong and it's not been checked,
Well,
the driver's to
maybe
blame.
we should go and do a spot check on their vehicles before they leave.
Can't use force.
Found it on the exit.
No, can't touch, can't hammer on the door, can't do anything. That's lessons, and it's terrorism. Hate crimes. This is a hate crime. It's been going on for 20 years against my father. Did you know that? Last time they had you lot come and arrest him illegally, and they held him for a month with no legal representation, and they tried to get him off
Keeps me calm.
because they want him out of his property. It has been going on for 20 years. Okay, this is all they've got left. This is the final nadir, if you like.
Warning, lads, for the future, you're living in a dictatorship.
I didn't say anything. He obviously gets into trouble at school, doesn't he?
He's been brainwashed well by the indoctrination.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't me, Governor.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, well, that's the same applies to them. Whatever they say can be taken down and used against
I've
them
asked
too.
your Chief Constable to arrest Steve Jennings, the CEO of his company, today, and to show us into the council. So, yeah, and I wanted him here on the police commissioner to look after this.
How many have you got in court at the moment, or how many have you had done?
There's 20.
20 police in court at the moment.
Including the Chief Constable of Greater Manchester Police. And they will be appearing in 3 weeks' time in the Royal Court of Justice to answer to failure to act and uphold the oath.
So if you think this is just an idle threat, it isn't. 7 have already been done for it from Manchester.
Under 7 counts of misconduct in public office.
Angus!
Fancy bumping into you again so soon?
In Cheshire, no less. Alright, it's more on the way.
You know half the stuff you do isn't right, and just following orders is no excuse. Did you sign up to enforce corporate rules, or did you sign up to protect the men and women?
No, he's a constable, and that means he's protecting.
Well, yeah. I've seen that so often. I'd like them to actually follow out how we interpret their jobs, not how they interpret them.
That's how they work. They've got you under 2 titles. They've got you under a corporate title, and they've got you under a non-corporate title.
Yeah, good.
Now we're in a police state dictatorship, and that's what they're using you for. A man in his home has a right to be peaceful. He has a right to live without any threat. He's a law-abiding citizen.
It's continuing every day, but I mean, at least people are getting into the courts, at least people are bringing
Some of the police forces are now waking up to it. Seriously.
Well, I suppose it's difficult ground, isn't it, for everyone to be on Milia?
That's 250 in Nottingham.
Well, it's not really, because basically what's happened, I mean, believe me honestly, it would be a hopeless place if we didn't have a police force. But what's happened over the years, and most of it not so much in your time, but it's accelerated. You know, members of the public weren't afraid to go up to a constable and ask for directions, even ask, you know what I mean?
Ask for the type.
It's
So I keep you watch on me.
When
I do like your badge.
Do you? It's in respect of domestic violence campaign. It's not just one that I've picked up.
But
all violence is wrong.
You're not police officers anymore, you're actually policy officers. Well, and all that you're enforcing realistically. Well, shall we say 50% of everything enforced has got a monitor again at the back of it?
I come to work to try and help people out, that's what I do, you know what I mean? In
I
whatever way I can.
Don't get me wrong, there's some terrible, horrible people out there who all need locking up, and that's the job that the police are employed to do.
A lot of them cold bailiffs. But, as I said, people are doing the jobs like they do.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, that's what they said during
World War II, yeah.
39 to whatever, you know, during the Second World War, we're only doing our job. Yeah, but that's is he on drugs? What anything wrong? No? That's right, just leave him alone then. What is it, the back? I've never heard of his brothers. The guy lives there. When they come to break his door down, say the guy, cheers. Much food is here.
Yeah, it's all interesting, isn't it?
Find here is the bailiff. You go and ask him. He will not use any force whatsoever in here because the court is not. He will do, but it's not the court that's instructing him to do that. Who's instructing him to do that is one of these people who's acting for an agent.
No, it's a solicitor. That's the
Well, the solicitor. There you go. Nothing whatsoever. And this is where you've got to understand that it doesn't matter who they work for or what capacity that they're in. This guy up here has got rights. He's a vulnerable person. He's got rights. It states it. I brought that book because it states it in there, page 1, 2, 3. Which is human rights again.
More of that, but most probably the Blackstones, but more than me as well. But
right, Article 3. Now, these have to abide by these, and these are what they're going to try and enforce. Right? Freedom from torture and degrading treatment. That guy up there is in fear. And when they start drilling and smashing his door down, it's degrading. It's degrading to do it in front of everybody, his neighbours, his daughter, and everything else. Now, I'll inform you on Article 3. That is an absolute right. It can't be discussed. It can't be argued. It's an absolute right. And this is why I'm here, to make sure that people's human rights are kept in order.
Right. No one's answering the door. I think that's what's happening. It's just looking at the manuals. We'll have a chat in a minute and we'll see where we're going to progress with this.
I am right though, Anna, so you can't use force. The court has issued you to use any sort of force whatsoever. I know it's the claimant's agent that is giving out the instructions, but I just made the officers aware of section 6 with that.
I obviously can't comment.
Yeah, no worries.
Did you get 5778? You want?
Yeah.
If that solicitor has given the heads up for that man to drill that lot, both of them will bring charges against them.
And the constables should be arresting them for the crimes. And if the public have to arrest them because you're not willing to do your jobs, there's not much use for the constables, is there?
It's the taming down of getting them ready for the new jobs, which is going to be great for security, and you better believe it.
Yep.
25% of Greater Manchester Police in 2017 are going to lose their jobs, and they're all going to be working for a private security firm with no pensions. You'll be on minimum wage.
Yep.
And you'll have someone in a corporation like these corporations who inflicting this shit on people every single day of the week, and you're all part of it.
You've all been informed of the law, and as I'm sure you're all well aware, ignorance of the law is no defence.
Don't ask him to quote a statute, for God's sake.
Oh my gosh, no. We're going to the top.
Yes.
Right, we can call back. Assessment plan on this property.
As a risk assessment video, I'm not sure, but I mean, once the head bailiff, once he knows that people, he's actually supposed to do a risk assessment.
So even a guy in a wheelchair, motorised wheelchair, disagrees.
Oh, the disabled know all about it, mate. They've just been benefits and sanctioned and set like scum.
That's because they haven't opted out. You can opt out, you know.
There's actually a pension as well. It's classed as a vulnerable person, so you can't actually.
How old is he?
71.
71. So feel proud of yourselves, guys, because you're going to try. At some point, you may try and assist someone kick a 71-year-old man out, which is probably older than your lot's dad. That's what you're doing. A 71-year-old pensioner. That's who lives here.
Who hasn't been to court.
I hope if you've got any bottle, you go home and you tell your mum and dad what you did today. Tell them how proud you are. Trying to throw a pension onto the street for a corporation.
You have got no jurisdiction, no authority, no reasoning to do so whatsoever. Housing benefit pays rent. It's his home.
They did that to some old woman, didn't they? Because she was full of junk. The house was full
Yeah.
of junk.
Yeah.
That was it around
No,
there, wasn't it?
There's not a lawful council in the land.
Can you believe it?
And she got the house back.
And there's not a lawful housing association on the land, because what they did a backhanded deal where the council sold them all the properties for like £1 a go.
Question them over that.
You know, it's all money laundering scam.
I wrote, yeah, Cheshire West and Chester put them under a thing on
Money laundering.
questioning all their contracts.
That one was in the... No, I apologize. 2006.
Yeah.
The one that was out there, the photographer was telling us 2012.
And I've got, yeah, I've got a copy of all this to go to the...
Stop saying, mind you, they do know what I mean.
Right, okay, we'll do that then, but I'm going to get that back first.
Okay, we're going to have a word. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just slide over here.
I might have known it. He's into porn, look.
He's probably got a picture of us doing his wall.
Yeah, definitely.
200?
200 police.
200 police.
50 bailiffs.
This is what happened at Tom's. 200 police from 4 different counties, 40, 50 bailiffs from... No, we weren't bailiffs, were they? They were bouncers brought in, acting as bailiffs for the day from Birmingham.
Yeah. 27 right vans, 3 armed response,
Oh,
2 dog teams,
Helicopters.
2 helicopters.
Just before you get there though, he paid his mortgage for 25 years in full and they still kicked him out.
I've been back. But it's education of everyone, not just...
Yeah, don't get us wrong, we know you guys do a really tough job. It's just that when you're doing this sort of thing for corporations, it's not what we want you to do.
Is anyone aware of a drill that's been picked up?
The gentleman came and picked it up, I thought, the guy with the blue top from this. I thought...
I'll just confirm with them, they say someone else has picked it up, that was all.
I thought he was there and I thought he came with the guy with the blue top.
These officers came and formed the line to protect you,
Yeah. You got to give him credit, even he's having a laugh at that one.
As their conscience creeps in, they're going more and more back to the line.
Well, it's like that photo on YouTube where it's the medical officer and he's got his stick and he's going to beat you back to health.
Now, the trouble is, they've been hoodwinked by a piece of paper with a little rubber stamp on it, and they believe it, and it's not their fault.
But they also just
Sometimes you've got to look and you know your moral compass inside, and you've got to know what's right and wrong, no matter what the order says.
but these two are kind of young. They need to be I remember this school. Sure. Is that alright? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no problem.
Because I'm getting that hypothermia.
Can I
just confirms anyone picked up the drill. The chap's saying he hasn't got it back, so he's obviously
I've
asking.
been here all day.
Because obviously I know you chaps have got everything on film, so if we need to look at it.
Here, I know.
If you need to look at it and you ask, and I agree to let you see that.
Yeah, because you were going to show me about the assault.
I'm just saying, just making sure that we're on the same.
Yeah, any idea about this drill, chaps?
She's like a man.
Yeah, have you seen it or not? No.
It's a drill, to be fair, if it's gone missing, then she wants to know where. I'm not accusing her, she wants to know where it is.
I generally thought that chap had the blue.
But you know the ironic thing here? They're more concerned about a drill than they are about a 71-year-old man.
Are they conducting a warrantless search?
It would seem so, yes. Yes, that's definitely a warrantless search, and they've been told that they're trespassers, so that is quite serious.
Go on, arrest them.
Yes,
Done?
Ian, thank you so much for
Searching without warrant. You see what we're saying about good cops? Private property. If there was a good cop amongst you, you'd be arresting the bad cops.
Hey, Bob.
When was the last time you heard of any cop arresting another cop?
I don't know, do I? But I'm sure it happens.
Yeah, we believed that myth for a while as well. We believed that myth, didn't we?
We did.
We spent years looking for good cops.
Look at
Hillsborough.
Couples for
each other. Yeah, but that's not me, is it? That's not us. It's a different force, isn't it?
All tied with the same brush.
Well, we shouldn't be.
How come they're a force and not a service?
Pardon?
How come they're a force and not a service?
How come we're a force?
It used to be the police service.
No, it is a police service.
You just said it's a force.
Just the same, isn't it?
That's because when we don't want your service, you force it on us.
No, not really.
Just so you know, guys, he doesn't speak for all of us, he speaks for himself.
Nice disclaimer.
You've got a caveat going on. Yeah, but be careful because he might feel a bit threatened with all us. We're not meaning to threaten you.
Well, I think you can see we're not exactly spring chickens, and none of them
no,
are particularly.
When people are, when everyone's taking you, it can feel a bit, and we don't mean to threaten.
What's happening?
Yeah, that was one of the bailiffs, or one of the supposed bailiff things they turned up at. Whatever. We're not doing too bad today. So far, it's only 2 cop cars and a police van. Now, interestingly, because of course we know that the bailiffs and all that. Well, this is the bailiff van. Oh no, it's not. Look, it's not a bailiff van actually.
It started in New York.
Yeah. Too many times I've turned it off thinking, I'll just save it, and then poof, something happens.
I've got to think I've got about 25 minutes to get in the caravan.
Not the time to go off. Yeah, oh, the other ones though.
Is it time for their dinner? What time is it?
About 3-ish,
Oh, is that
something.
Feels late.
About time.
Oh, sorry, I got food. Sorry, they don't usually have it.
It's off.
Oh, mate, this okay with the one?
15, 20.
3:30. They were going to be here today. Hey up! Hey up! They've found it. No drill. common purpose won't allow him to get a proper job. A crime's been stated against this man. You're allowing him to evade.
I've got his details, so I'm going to speak to you now and see if we can see the footage for this offence. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a witness to it as well.
I've got a few witnesses for him as well, so we'll have to see.
As a phone in court, the video evidence doesn't happen.